All right, I don't normally, I don't really believe in this, but this is a exceptionally rare box fan. Now, a lot of times you have an old fan that's just uncommon. You know, I have that early Manning, Bowman, McGraw Edison, like the old Zeros and Eskimos, and that's uncommon, especially in the condition that it's in. This guy here, Rusty Bob, pretty uncommon General Electric. The Lasco over here with the 4 blades, pretty uncommon. The General Electric, pretty uncommon. These are around a lot, these liquids. This Frigid, fairly uncommon, but you do see them. Corey Freshened Air, from the 70s. A little on the ugly side, but I like it, and it's not that uncommon. There's one on eBay, one or two anyway. So what is a rare box fan? Well, this, I think, is a rare box fan. I can't find any YouTube videos or any photos on Google Images or anything like that. Usually anything that had been on the fan forums comes up under Google Images if they put pictures up. Now, does that mean this is the only one out there? I don't know. Does it mean that no one's ever seen one before? Probably people have seen it. There might even be a few of these in fan collections out there in the world. Well, what the hell is it? Well, let's take a look. This is a Chelsea. I don't know about this, manufactured exclusively for Chelsea products in Great Britain, because I don't think they use AC. But this is a Chelsea box fan. Now, the only Chelsea fans I can find any evidence of is they made some big square window fans with no front grate, you know, a regular exhaust window fan. But this is the only box fan. The paint is okay on some of the fan. And we're going to show you some other interesting aspects of this and run it real quick in just a second. My phone's about to run out of power. It's got a very large motor with the sticker on it with the open rear bearing. I don't know if it does have an oil port, at least in the front. You can see it up there. I think that's what it is. So, not sure that it has 2 of them, but so there you go. Stay tuned. So here's the front of our Chelsea Constellation, and it is made in Plainfield, New Jersey, series T something, T14 or 78, or I don't know what that says. And we have in and out, high and low. These don't work very well. They're kind of stiff, so that needs to be looked at. Maybe a little contact cleaner. We have a light here, but the light seems to be on all the time. I'll show you that. And there's a thermostat that does, in fact, function. If we look at the front, it's got a blade hub and blade set that really looks like a General Electric. When I saw this on Craigslist, the first thing I thought was, well, maybe it's a cheap GE fan that they made for other people. But the box didn't fit. The fan case is different. And the blades, it looks like GE, but it's really not the same, as you can see. So it's got a Venturi. We have some serious rust here, as you can see, and some dirt. It'll clean out, but we definitely have rust and paint damage. And I believe that the grates originally were blue. I had the back grate off just a second ago, and you can see the blue paint underneath. One of the biggest problems with this fan is that this penthouse control thing is actually plastic. And you can see the metal handle is screwed into the base from the other side. And when it's loose, and it was loose, it's still a little loose, it moves around and it's causing the plastic to crack here on this stupid plastic deal. Who knows how many of these they made? Because if you can see, this isn't a decal. These words here are burned into the plastic. So who knows? I don't really know. I know that there doesn't seem to be any evidence on YouTube or Google Images of this thing. I've never seen anything like it. I was super surprised. I wasn't leaving there without it. On the other side, you can see a pretty large block off for the fan mount. You can see it's sort of a clip here on the other side. And if we look at the bottom, it's not as rusty as the inside of the bottom. And like I said, we're missing both front feet. The grommet, there's a grommet here, and some repainting or paint discoloration. It must have got water in it at some point, and it wasn't cleaned out. But the bottom isn't really that rusty. So there's the bottom of the fan. On the front here, the little badge for Constellation, look at this. It's like a flexible plastic. I mean, how did not get broken? The guy said this is from 1960. It's crazy. I mean, I'm gonna break that just thinking about it. So the fact that this thing survived at all is pretty bonkers. Bought it from the original family. The guy who was selling it was moving to Florida, and he had a few vintage vans. One he already sold, and another that he was taking to Florida with him. He didn't want to sell it, which was unfortunate. It was one of those big old W.T. Grant, sort of rounded shaped square ones, pre-Lakewood W.T. Grants, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he said it was. I could imagine it in my head, but he didn't. It was obvious he wasn't going to show it to me, even just to see it. He ran it for me. It runs nice. Again, the push buttons are a little wonky, but he said his father bought it new. This was found in North Jersey. Plainfield is sort of central New Jersey. But this was in town, local survivor. How many of these exist? God only knows. As you can see, it's got a mount for a stand, but it was never on the stand. And the bottom of it is rusty too, and it's missing 2 of the feet. So it's a little wobbly. I just dropped a little oil in the oil port and on the rear bearing shaft. So let's run it real quick for you. All right, going to do a handheld on this. I hope there's no bad noises. And maybe going forward we'll do a better video on it. But here is what the guy showed me is that the labels are backwards. In is actually pushing away, and out is pushing towards you. And some of the old fans are set up that way, but this guy is turned the other way, so it's facing you. You know, the fans that look like they're backwards, some of the Westinghouses and the big Emerson box fans, the back is actually the front. So who knows what's going on? I don't even know. Maybe if they made any more of these, they got it right. But here is high, and I believe this will spin clockwise towards us. And there it does. Kind of indicates that the power's on. I just hit the thermostat and it shut it off. Some of these the light goes off when the fan's running, but this doesn't seem to do that. So there it is back to high. There's low. Not a very positive feeling on those switches. They'll have to be cleaned out or something. So there's a nice low. And again, that's blowing towards us. Here's off. We'll watch it spin down. It's pretty quiet. No chattering noise in the motor. Never seen a motor like that before. It's huge. Bigger than the GE motors. Very big motor. So it's about down to where we want it. Now we'll go in the other direction. So now that's pushing away from us. Makes a bit of a whirring sound. So there's high in the other direction. Low. I really want these to move easier because I don't want to have to press on the plastic. So there's low. We'll go back to off. And so there it is spinning down in the other direction. Again, I think this is a pretty rare fan. I certainly can't find any evidence of this. If you or anyone in the fan collectors know about these, feel free to send them a link to this video and maybe they'll comment. I signed up for the AF whatever, the fan forum, but I didn't pay the dues. I'm just a passive member, so I can't post this or anything like that. But if you ask me, this is a pretty rare fan. Maybe the downfall and the undoing of all of these was the plastic top part that probably got broken and they all got thrown out. Who knows? But this one survived because the guy that owned it, the family that owned it, cared for these things and used them all the way up until 2 weeks ago when I found it. So that's one way for an old fan to survive. The cord's okay. I mean, I haven't really gotten that deep into the cord, but it looks fine, I guess. We'll take a closer look as we go forward. So there is your Chelsea Constellation 2-speed reversible box fan with thermostat. Something else. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.